let's start. So, I think yesterday we have seen VM editor on how to edit files and save and everything. I got some modes inside it, and what I've seen grep to search for content within the file, and within multiple files obviously. And what else? Find, we have seen, right? Find the files and folders itself within the server. So today we'll continue with these. Few more commands we'll discuss today. So let's start with the head, the command head. So let's say I have a file. Let me just create a file. So some random data is there. Let's imagine. So let's say imagine the file have hundreds of lines, but I want to see the first 10 lines or first 5 lines. I just want to validate it, or I just want to see the first 50 lines. Of course, I can just simply open the file. I can able to see it, but that's fine. But as I told you, it's a huge file. I cannot open it. I want to do it through a commands. So at the time it will be used with the help of head command. Head, HEAD. Head means on top of it. Let's say our normal head. It will be on top of it, right? Top of our body. Similar way, head here represents the first lines, first count, whatever it is. Simply what we have to do is head space minus n. Minus n means the number, how many lines you want to print, maybe 2, and the file name. So it will print you these 2 lines, the first 2 lines. Open the file. Yes. See, these are the 2 lines, right? Similar way, anything, just -n, maybe 5, it will print you 5 lines. Like this, 100, you can just give 100. So like this, you can able to, or you can able to give plus also. Plus also is fine. It will show the same output. See. So, but I just showed you because you don't get confused why there is a plus, why there is no plus sometimes. But both are same. Like that, you can able to use head commands. Just that's it. There are 2 or 3 commands. Now, one more command. Tail. Tail means it reverts to the head. Obviously, tail will be a little bottom of the body. Similar way, tail in Linux. If you want to see the last lines, tails obviously same thing. Tail minus 2. What is the file 1 2 3? The last 2 lines. There is a space in the last line. It seems. Let's open it. See, there is a space in the last line. That's fine. Just write something. Zero space. See, okay. Same thing. Just head and tail. There is one more command in tail which will be most commonly used. Tail minus f. Tail minus f. What is tail minus f means? What is f means? Follow the file. What does it mean? Follow the file mean? If let's say we are tail minus n2 we are doing, so last 2 lines. Again, next time I execute the same command, the new lines might have been added, right? I don't know. The new lines might have been added. So at the time, what happens is it won't show it. It won't show the updated data. Instead of that, if I just simply use tail minus f, it will follow the file. See here, it's not closing. Observe again. Hyphen n2 means it will just show you two lines. Hyphen f, see, it's not closing. See, why it is not closing is it's following the file. If any new data is added, it will pop up here. Let me just show that. Let me open another terminal. So I'm just here. Hope you can see the small one. It's good. Sorry. Yeah, my bad. So I just open the file. Tail minus f, right? If I write something at the end of the file, once I save it, it will come. Don't worry. It will come here. Why it will come here? Because it is following the file. This tail minus f will be very much useful. I mean, very much useful means very much used when checking the logs. You know, there will be logs obviously. Oh yeah, /var/log. Maybe Apache 2 something. Okay, there is no file. Yeah, there is some Wi-Fi.log something, whatever it is. See, if there is any if there is a new log here, or if there's any new data updating here, this tile minus f will automatically take it. It will also take it like some time. Don't worry, it will work. That's how tail command will work. I mean, tail usually shows the last lines of the files. I mean, based on whatever the number you give, but hyphen f will be most common one. Head I don't remember when I used last time, but you know, first 10 lines you can able to see by opening a file. It's as simple as that, but it exists. The commands exist, so I just told you. But yeah, tail minus f will be using. I mean, it will be useful. That's about tail and head. So there is one more command. A few more and less. More, less. What does that mean? Is similar to, you know, tile and head. More, less also used to view the large files in terminal, but it will show you screen wise. Screen wise means like because 100 lines can't be visible here, right, in this screen. Maybe 50. So it will more give you option. If you click enter, it will go to the next page. First it will show 1 to 50. If you click enter, 50 to 100, 100 to, you know, something like that. Similarly, like let's say more. It will show you like this. This of course is the end of the file. That's why. Just click enter. It is gone. Let's update the file. 1, 2, 3. Let's add some more lines. Just use some random things. Don't worry about all this. Finally, I'll give new something. Give more. See, just click it is visible here, right? Just click enter. It will keep on going like this. It's giving you page wise. See, once it is end, obviously it's closed. Why this is required? I mean, general, if you want, there is a huge file, you want to see page by page how what's happening, so you can just go through like this. So that's about more. Same thing with less. What is the file name? 1, 2, 3. But what is the difference between more and less is like, if you know, scroll up and down, arrow mark, you can be able to use it. You can scroll up and down, see, and in between slash maybe new, search, you can search for it. See, new is there somewhere at the end of the file, it's in. To search forward is slash, but now there is nothing, right, to search forward. It's a blank. Maybe to search backward, question mark, maybe something, test. It will take you to that. See, I mean, you can just simply do like this. If you want to end, you can go to, just go to at the end, it will end it by default, or in between you want to close the file, just type q. Gone. That's it. So what happens simply is like just to view the files, that's it. And if you ask me what is the difference between more and less, nothing really. But more, it'll little bit show you page wise. If you like press enter, it'll go to line by line. Similarly less also same thing. We can simply use enter, up and arrow, but except that, as I showed you the shortcut for it, slash or question mark, this is, they are available in less. That's the only thing. So that's about more and less. mm, Next thing we have what do you have? Yeah, cut is there. Cut, by the name you might have understood. Cut command, it will just cut some data and print it to you. So let's say I want to cut characters from 1 to 5 of each line, it will print it to you. Let's remove this. Let's create a new meaningful file here. Yeah. Demo file. As I told you, right, I never gave extensions. As I told you in the earlier class, Linux does not follow those. You can just give whatever extension you want. Based on the data inside it, it will automatically do it. So demo, hello, this is class on sorted something. I'm just writing some random thing. Don't worry about all these things. The day July year something 2025 something I wrote. Let's use cut now. Cut by character position. Cut by character position is characters, not words, characters. I can able to cut it. Let's try cut. Sorry, -c means characters 1 to 3. I mean starting from character 1 to character 3 I want to print. See, only 3 characters are printed. 1 to 5 characters will be printed. Obviously space includes also character. After this there is space, that's why it is showing like that. Got it? This is one of the example to cut from here to here, and it's just print to you. Or if you want to cut specific character positions, it means I want to cut line character number 1, 3, 4, it will just print those like this. Or if I want to print based on delimiter, let's say in my file I have data which is separated by semicolon. Let me just create like that. Forget about this. I have data like this: name colon test, age colon 20. What else? City, like this. So now what my requirement is, print the data based on this column. Cut it and print it for us. Let's see whether it work or not. Cut -d quotes semicolon. Sorry, it's colon, not semicolon, my bad. -f1. Just print the first column. See, if I just give 2, the values it gave, so before and after the column, it's separating the data by this. Whatever the data inside the file, it's separating by this and printing it to you. Same thing, if you have comma, you can just able to use comma. Instead of this one, you have comma, let's say. Just give the delimiter, same thing, except try with comma. Let's see, I gave 2, that's why 1. See, or 1 and 2 you want, 1, 2, it will print like this. 1 comma 3, I mean whatever you can give like that. Got it, right? That's all. Got it. So I mean, mostly this cut will be useful when you have like CSV kind of file, CSV file, or Excel files. They'll be divided by columns, right? I mean, Excel, how Excel file looks like. So to print out those data, based on the columns, at that time we'll be use it. So that's about cut. Next thing, yeah, sorry. So any doubts so far? I mean, I know it's very small command, but still, any doubts? Anything you want to ask? Anything? Well, if nothing else, I can go further. All right. Next thing, there is something called pipe. Pipe symbol. This is the pipe symbol. This is forward slash, backward slash, shift plus this. I mean, you will see it in the keyboard. Pipe. See, pipe. What is a pipe used for? I mean, it's not a command or anything. It just what we can say is separator maybe. To keep it simple, let's say I opened a file, or simply let's say I used this command. What I'm doing here, or what is the file? What I'm doing, I'm just searching for a word, a string in this file using grep. It's fine, it's completely fine. But we can able to do it a little different way also with the help of pipe. Let's try cat. I'll open the file demo and pipe grep age. Same output, right? Same thing. Does not mean both are same. I mean, of course both are same, but why the pipe is being used here? Okay, sorry, you can just give a space like this. Why it is being used here is, a pipe actually what happens is, take the output of one command and feeds the output to another command. So we'll be using multiple commands as a single command in pipe. So it's one of the most powerful features actually in Linux. It allows us to chain multiple commands together. So cat is one command, right? And grep is another command. Now we have chained these two commands together as a single command. So whatever the first command is there, it will take the output. This pipe will take the output and pass the output as an input to this one. So that's why the grep page came. So it opened the file. So obviously file open means there is some data inside it. This pipe read the data and send to grep. Now grep filtered it like that. Anything, not just this example, anything you can able to use. Let's say maybe cat demo sort. I think sort. See, based on alphabet search. How the sort worked here? How it worked is, cat demo is open, and as I told you, pipe took the data, read the data of the file and gave to sort. Sort filtered it out. I mean, sort does whatever it does, whatever it did. Anything like this you can able to, not just two, you can able to do like this, and multiple commands. There is command called unique. It will print the unique data to you. That's the only thing unique does. That's why sorry. Anything. So similar way, you can use any command. Let's say I want to count how many letters are there. Sorry, lines are there. 3 lines. Obviously 3 lines. WC is the command. WC means word count. We'll discuss this in next minutes, but I'm just showing you like this. Pipe will be commonly used, very commonly used. I mean, so we are chaining multiple commands together, and what pipe does is it takes the output from first command, give to the others, the next commands, whatever subsequent commands. So very commonly used, very commonly used. Got it? So that's about the pipe. I mean, there is no command, just the symbol. That's the symbol is there. That's it. I can write anything, any command, but both has to be useful. Let's say I just give cat demo and type ls. I can able to do it. But here cat demo did not work. See, it not showed the data. It never showed the data, obviously, if you observe, because the first command output is not shown. It is taken by the pipe and provide to the this whatever the next command ls. But what ls do with this cat data? Nothing, right? It cannot do anything. That's why not really did anything. Just executed its argument. So how we use the pipe is, if we want to uh, use multiple commands as a single command, maybe I want to open the file, read the data, update something, or some blah blah whatever it is, at that time I'll be using it. But this does not have any meaning in it. I mean, it does not need to have the meaning, but ls does not take the inputs like that. Inputs like that means the data, what it will do with the data, it will just print the files for you. That's right. So that's how it is. Got it? So that's how pipe works. Anything, any doubts? All right, nothing, then I'll move on to new command. I've as I mentioned, wc. Wc means word count. Of course, not just for word count, it will do a little more than that. Let's see. So let's try wc. What it will do? What is the file name? Demo. It's showing like this. It means it shows three output, three lines, 32 bytes of data. So if you want to count only lines, wc-l demo. See, three lines. If you want count only words, how many words are there? Just see w3. Same output, right? But different commands. L means lines, words. Sorry, this one. And characters hyphen m you can pass. 32 characters, sorry. So here what's happening is, we're just reading the file and just printing it, printing how much is there. It will be useful sometimes. People ask, hey, open that file and then check how many lines are there in the file. How you do generally? You go, as of now, go to demo :sc space nu. It will set the line number. Okay, there are 3 lines. But imagine thousands of lines. You can't do it. Simply what you do, you just simply use cat demo pipe wc minus l 3. Sorry. So it reads the file, opens the content. I mean, the pipe will pass the output to wc. So that's how you can able to use it. Got it? I mean, that's only commands in wc. Just a minute. What's happening? Yeah, sorry. So that's about wc. Anything? Any doubts? So we have discussed like what we have discussed, starting from head, tail, less, more, cut, pipe, wc. These are all basic commands we generally use it. I mean, So what's next? I think these networking commands. I mean, maybe few networking commands we'll discuss today. Maybe last one. So the first thing is obviously like every machine have its IP address and a host name. Of course, we have seen the host name, something whatever it is. Forget about why it is like that, but it is what it is. There will be IP address also. How to find the IP address? In Windows also you will find the IP address. In Linux, if config, there will be lots of data comes up. Lots of see here. How do I find the IP address then? So what happens is network interface. There will be something called network interface in every laptop or every system, which will provide the IP address. There will be a name for network interface. Most commonly EN0. In EN0, INET internet address. I mean, see this. If config. There will be a MAC address to every laptops. MAC address. It's a hardware address we call it. So there will be MAC address you can able to see, and of course IPv6 address. See, how do I know it's EN0? Because that's how the network is connected. We will see that. Don't worry. So what's happening here is we just see the network coming in our IP address. It's a very common thing, right? If someone asks what is your IP address, we just give it like this. So we are not going network deep, but I'm just giving you basic things how to do it and all. So in how do I know whether the EN0 is the default network interface or not? There is a command if config pipe, obviously grep status active. It will print it like this. Just type -v1. It's not showing the name. My bad. Okay, let's use another command. Sorry. Route get default grep interface. See? Oh, then this is the default one. Don't worry about the command. We'll discuss that. As I told you, there will be we call it NIC card, network interface card. It will be present in your laptops, every laptops, phones as well. So there will be a name for that NIC, something random name. I don't know, just EN0, ENPS33, something. Depends on I think OS or like that. So it gives you IP address. As of now, we have seen like that using what is it? If config command. There are so many other things. Forget about all those. Don't worry about all those things. But yeah, we seen whatever we want. But how do we know if that is the default one or not? So there is one more command called route. Route, not just to print the network interface. Actually, route command will be there in your Linux machine to define the IP routing, how the traffic comes and goes out and everything. But of course, we don't do that, so that's why I haven't told that. So networking is a big fish. If you just jumped into networking, it will be bigger than Linux. Trust me. So know up to what we want as a DevOps guys. Of course, we'll see more of these things later when we start. But at least for now, basic is fine. So route command, let's type route. We have to pass some arguments like this here. So based on the arguments, it will give you the output. But to get the interface, get default grep interface. or let's try with just get default. It will print you like this. Interface name is this one. You can figure out by this. Observe now. This command what we did, it is gave this output, right? Out of this output, I just wanted interface. That's why grep interface I gave. See, that's what pipe is doing. Without pipe also you can able to do it, but that's how pipe works. Got it? So route will use to show the routes, route tables we call it, how the traffic is coming in, how the IP is resolving and everything. But yeah, for now it's fine. So a few other commands we'll see in Linux, sorry, in networking. Ping, obviously ping, you know it. Ping google.com something. It will ping the address whatever you gave, and if that whatever the address is up and running, just control C, it is give the response back like 64 bytes received from this IP address of Google, like that. The time, milliseconds, the packets, sequence 0 1 2 3 4 like this. So like that. Ping command, you can just ping icon C maybe 3. It will just ping 3 times and it will stop automatically. If you don't, if you just give ping, it will keep on going until you do control C, like that. Not just google.com, anything, just ping and the IP address or host name, it will give it to you. If it is up and, usually what we do is we want to check whether the website is up and running or not in our, let's say, in our organization. We'll just do like this ping. That is one thing. That is just one thing. There are a few more things we'll discuss. Sorry. And next thing we have trace route. Trace route by google.com. It's showing something. What is a trace route means? It will show how you're accessing google.com from your laptop or any website, how the request is going there, how the response is coming back to your laptop, or simply host, we call it host also. So how it's coming, going out, and how it's coming back in, it will show you the route. See, there are different IP addresses. Starting from, if you see Reliance is there. What is Reliance is? I connected to Jio Wi-Fi. My own network, my laptop network connected to Jio. So first it's going to Jio network and it will go to internet like this. See, that's why the different IPs. Go to internet and based on the domain name, it will just try to track it and give back the response to you. If let's say it does not exist, obviously it won't work. Unknown host, like that. Same ping also. If the domain is not exist, unknown host. If it exists, it will give it to you. Got it? Shit. 1 minute. Sorry, there is a cockroach in my room. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Now let's go to some other commands. NSLOOKUP. NSLOOKUP. Google. NSLOOKUP means DNS lookup, domain name system. So it will show whether the domain is resolving or not. Domain is resolving or not. So what happens, like let's say generally, I think you might know this, heard this about, you'll be buying the domain names for your company, for your application, godaddy.com or even cloud or somewhere. There are multiple things. So what you are doing over there is you are mapping your domain name to a IP address like this. The IP address, like this IP address mapping to google.com. So if you open google.com, it will open your website where whatever running in here in this IP address. Let's say you're running something in some application in your laptop. You can just create a domain name, and you can able to simply, like, yeah, sorry, you can able to create a domain name, and you can able to, like, map it to your IP address, your laptop IP address, as an example, so that whatever running it's you can able to access. That's how everyone does it. You'll understand more about this, I mean, when we do that actually. So ns lookup is for that. And there is one more command, dig google.com. Similar output it will show. It will try to resolve it, and it will show you the IP address, what it is resolved. So like that. Got it? That's about ns lookup and dig. Same way, host command also there. Host also does the similar thing. Simple DNS query it will do it. Similar to dig to ns lookup. Host also a small command which will able to try to resolve the IP address. Sorry, a domain name, and it will give the IP address, IPv6 address, and Google SMTP, Google Mail, the Gmail. There will be an SMTP address, incoming outgoing address, like that. So this is the address of it. It's public, that's why we can see all these things. If it is private, we can't see it. What else? Ah, yes, curl, the famous curl. You might have noticed. Curl can do a lot of things, lots of things. So apart from that, basic one is it will send the HTTP request to any website. Any website, maybe facebook.com. I don't like Facebook, so YouTube. There is no front page for YouTube, it seems. That's okay. Curl will make HTTP request. What is HTTP request? It's a protocol. Okay, let's not go deeper. That's a separate topic. It's a protocol actually. To keep it simple, it's a protocol where we run our applications. So, web applications. Web applications, to keep it in simple terms, websites. Yeah, website. That's it. So it'll try to will use commonly use the curl actually. Commonly use curls to check the status and everything. Whether this is the response from google.com, whether this response is coming or not. Obviously, if you type wrong, could not resolve the host. Or I mean, I just gave you as an example with google dot wrong endpoint. Usually we check the application like this, our own endpoint. If it is not responding back, there is something wrong with the website, I mean our application. Then we'll troubleshoot it, we'll debug it. That's how we'll try it out. Curl, one of the most commonly used. I mean, whatever the commands I told, they are all commonly used only. But curl, one of the most powerful one. So next we have wget. Wget, it downloads some files from the internet. You can able to just wget space the URL you can able to give. It will download it for you. Maybe let's what URL I can give. Download sample, maybe zip file. I'm just trying to show you sample zip files will be 1.1 MB is fine. Okay, it's downloaded here. Let's copy the URL. There is no copy URL. Copy link maybe. So wget space the URL. Oh, wget is not there. Wait. This is Mac command, so for Linux it will be different. We'll see that. It will come slowly one by one. With curl also we can able to download the file. That also we'll see. Wget the file name. See, it is downloading the file for you. See, sample.zip came. It was not there right earlier. We just download it. See, it showed you the process also. Wget sole purpose is to download the files from internet wherever it is. I mean, you just give the URL, even in your in your organization, it'll just give you the download the file. I mean, same thing we can able to do with curl also. That's also fine. Curl also give the alternate. As I told you, curl is very powerful actually. There are lots of things we can able to do, not just send connect to website or send HTTP request like that. We can able to do it. How to do with curl then? Same command, just curl hyphen capital O. Oh, first let me delete it. Sorry. Yep, let me delete the file. So nothing obviously, right? Let's do curl hyphen capital O. So it's downloading. Total size 2.7 MB. Downloading, it will show you percentage, and the speed. Obviously it took less than maybe 2-3 seconds. See, it's we can able to do the same thing with curl. That's we can able to do it. Duplicate just to download the file. That's it. That's the only thing it'll do. For it, and we last command today we'll use something called a telnet. Telnet is the command used to test the connectivity to your server, or whichever server. Sorry, I mean to a server and a port. So mostly earlier, I mean, telnet used for communication also, but it was not secure. So that's why we are using a different one now. We'll come to that. So telnet, we'll just simply use it for, so I mean, so far we'll use it for just testing purpose, communication purpose, and communication like whether the port number is up or not, they're running or not, like that. What is a port number here? The port number, it's like how to say as an example, any service, take any service, anything, it has to be run on something, and it will use some port number, because that's how it connects to the system. That's how it's connected to the Linux server. Port 80, port 443, HTTPS, HTTP port numbers 443, 80, these are commonly used. Like that, there'll be a port number for each and every service, so that to communicate with that service. So someone told like, hey, database is running in that server. Okay, how it's running? On which port it is running, we'll ask it, because to connect to that we need a port number. Of course, I know the IP address. In my laptop, a database is running. Forget about what it is. A database is running. I know the IP address, right? Okay, in this machine, DB is running. But to access it, we don't need just the IP address. We need the port number, because there will be 100 databases running in that machine. How to access that particular one? So we have to find what port number it is running on. It's a unique identifier, to keep it simple. Just like our phone numbers, which are unique, it represents you, right? If I say some phone number, it represents the person who is using that, who is owning that. Similarly, a port number here, it represents the service which is running, which is using that port number. Got it? Like you trying every day, maybe when you're practicing, you might have executed the command SSH command. That's a protocol which we use for communication, that replaced the telnet actually. The port is 22. So like that, each and every service will have a port number. So if you want to see whether that is running or not, that is running fine or not, at that time we'll use telnet. Telnet IP address space the port number. So what happens? It will try to connect to the IP address using this port. Whatever running in this machine, On this port, it will try to talk to that. If the response came back, it means it's working fine. I mean, whatever it's running fine. If it is not, it's not working fine. Let's try an example, maybe google.com. First, we'll get the IP address from Google. First, this is the IP address, right? Google IP address is not standard. I mean, they're dynamic, they'll change every time. So, telnet, maybe 443. See, it's connected. See, trying to connect it to something, whatever it is. This is the IP address resolving like this. Escape character, it means it's connected and it's closing the connection. So it means on this IP address, on this port, something is running in for Google, maybe their application. So we just connected to that just to check the connectivity whether it is running or not. If it is not there, if it is not running on this port, it will throw error. It's connected right now. Control C, you can just close it. IP address gives something wrong, maybe 231. Oh, still it is the sorry. Of course, they might be using maybe 265. 265 is not IP range. Let's see. See, it will show like this. I think the range is 255 only, right? Maximum, not 265. I'm just trying to show you, I mean, how the output looks like. That's about the telnet. So earlier, we used to use telnet, what is that? For communication purpose. Instead of SSH, we used to use that. But it's, as I told you, it's not secure. That's why we dropped it. We means not we. Developers dropped it. So they started using SSH. We'll see that. That's a separate topic. Maybe maybe Monday. But yeah, that's how it is. So that's about telnet. That's it. Most commonly used also telnet. We'll use it regularly to check whether some service is running or not on this port number like that. Got it? That's how we use it. I mean, mostly that telnet space, IP address, and the port number. That's it. That's the only purpose we are using telnet for the last maybe I don't know how many years. So that's the thing. So that's about today. I think it's fine for today. Any doubts? Anything so far? Any doubts? Any questions? I know there may be lots of comments, but there are very very small comments. So I'll share the document. I'm looking into it. Somewhere it has to be somewhere. It's not prepared by me. It's from some other institute. But yeah, it's a good one. So it'll be that is far better, for DevOps guys. So I'll share it. I'm checking actually. So any doubts so far? Anything? If nothing, yeah, I think we can close it for today. So next tomorrow Sunday there won't be any class, so we'll meet on Monday 6:30 again, same time. All right then. Bye. Happy weekend. Bye all.